Ready?
What's cracking,
I feel
Leia?
like my eyes are so red from sneezing.
It looked like you
Um,
did a little bewitched thing with your nose, like a little twinkle. Yeah.
you can add a little effect.
Yeah.
Uh,
Twinkle, twinkle, twink.
twinkle, twinkle.
What's
Okay,
cracking?
let's get
What you got?
serious.
What?
We are living in a fascist America.
We're living in a fascist America.
So I hear.
So you here? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm talking about Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad.
That shit
Um,
is so funny to me. Watching ugly people get mad that she's hot is just funny as fuck to me. I mean, I don't know what you got to say about it, but
right,
that's
right,
how
right.
I
I
see
wasn't gonna say that because
it.
I was more gonna say because honestly, it's not without merit. It's just the complaints are not without merit, but they're just liberals have done so much in this direction that nobody's ever going to even see what anything
The
is. Like it's
complaints
like
are not
everything's
without
stupid.
merit.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, you're gonna have to show me some merit to these complaints because I haven't even really dug into it. I did look at one or two of the ads, and I was like, first off, I don't even think she's that hot. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't think she's,
Likewise, that's why I was like, I don't know if I agree with you there, but yeah.
there's this country singer. I forget what her name is, Lana Del Rey or something like that.
Lana Del Rey.
It might be her, but she's
Oh no,
going
she's
viral because she took a picture in some leopard print pants, and people was like, "Damn, look at that badonkadonk,"
oh, she got booty.
right? You know what I'm saying? So like,
People
I'm
really coming for that rump, huh?
coming for the rump. I'm like, I've been in Nashville for 12 years trying to do music. And here we are. The butt goes viral. And I mean, they find the music through the butt and they plan on sticking around, but it's yeah,
Look, I
I'm trying to
think,
embrace it.
yeah, nothing will keep a man around like some bud, I
That's
think. So
right.
I think
That's
it kind
right.
of
I'm
all
like,
makes sense.
whatever whatever makes them listen to the music.
Yeah, hey, look, sometimes they start with the bass section, before they get to the treble,
That's it. That's exactly it.
my point being, like, Sydney Sweeney, she's attractive, obviously, but I don't think
She's just I think she's just like the cute white
yeah,
girl of
she's
the
cute.
moment. Like she's not
Yeah,
like yeah, she's
yeah.
so yeah, I think well, do you know why people are mad?
What I can tell from the ecosphere,
Hmm.
whatever, is it seems like they think that it's some sort of a white supremacy thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah, why
Do
can't a
you
white
not
person be proud of their
well let's
jeans?
play the ad. Let's play the ad. Hold on one
All right.
second, please.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens. Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen. Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
I'm gonna stop it. um
I think that American Eagle needs to go ahead and give their advertising person a raise
why? It's not
because all this talk about this ad, it's
I
all
know that's the
good.
thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like the
It's
first of
all
all,
good. You know what I'm saying? All this talk about the
it's all
ad.
good. The president released a statement, and I'm like, that's the endorsement. Like, there's no better endorsement. So,
Trump released a
what?
statement.
Yeah, well, the White House did, and that statement was, hold on, and something like he thinks it's great. It's great. No, it actually was actually an insult. So here it goes. It says, White House says liberal outrage over Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle jeans commercial is moronic and a big reason Americans voted for Trump.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. There you go.
And that's also true, you know?
Yeah,
There's
that's
those two
definitely
things.
true. There you
It's
go.
right. So this is the thing. Like it's when I say it's not without merit, it's because we're in a very highly politicized environment right now that is very race focused, race and border focused, basically. And so it's a little bit that ad wouldn't have come out when Biden was president. We know that.
The ad wouldn't have what?
Come out when Biden was president, or if Kamala was, or whatever. Like it just wouldn't have come out. That's not that like they're feeding off of the Trump, all American, make America great. Americans are the best.
I think that the zeitgeist has shifted worldwide. It's not only in America that the Trump effect is taking place. That's the first thing. The second thing is that if you don't tap into what's hot in the culture right now, then what kind of advertising are you really trying to do?
Well, it's because if it
It's
causes
not like
so much
riding the
strife,
coattails. Things have changed.
things have changed, and I would argue that it was probably on purpose. Like it was that,
Yeah, of
like
course it was on
when
purpose.
yeah, I mean, but I'm saying like
That's what people
pushing
voted
so
for, the
far
change.
left that people like even the pushing so far left thing, like it was so
What do you mean the pushing so far left thing?
the whole, removing Aunt Jemima and changing street names and all these ridiculous things that made liberals look fucking crazy instead of, logically explaining why history was the way it was and using it as a teaching moment. They just went loco, like they went crazy, and everybody was like, we have to get away from this. And my argument is that maybe that was on purpose. Maybe they wanted it to end up here where it is anyway. The other side of that is maybe it's just all chaos all the time. That's what they want because this is chaotic. It doesn't make sense because people are intellectually lazy for like, they just don't even want to think about why this could be bothersome. And it is,
There's a gentleman on the news that broke it down, and he said what you're seeing is a fight between oligarchy and corporatocracy. And corporatocracy would be the Democrats right now, and they want order. They want things to look a certain way and seem a certain way, whether it's that way or not. And the oligarchs want to throw that up. They want chaos. They want to throw that all up into space.
I don't know.
Space. Very inarticulate.
Is American democracy under threat because of this stuff?
Under threat? Does it exist, Mark? I don't think it exists. It's a veneer. It's the end of the Roman Empire. You have the symbols, the iconography, and the language of a democracy, but internally, corporations and oligarchs have seized all of the levers of power. I looked at this election as a battle between corporatists and oligarchs. Corporatists, the Democrats, they want something very different from oligarchs. Corporatists want stability, they want decorum, the kind of decorum that Obama had or Bush had, or Bush was an idiot, but at least he had some, they could clean him up a little bit. And Biden, whatever his cognitive failings were, because they want stability, especially in terms of trade agreements, because they make investments overseas. Takes a while for a return on a profit. Corporatists want something different from oligarchs. Oligarchs are about chaos. They're about, as Steve Bannon said, deconstructing the administrative state. Why? Because it is a pure form of rentier capitalism. And by that I mean that they make their money by setting up toll booths, Amazon, all of these digital media platforms. It's not about producing goods. And the more that the state is deconstructed, that's why they want to abolish the Department of Education. Everything that we need as a civil society becomes privatized. And you see it in, I wrote a book called America, the Farewell Tour. It begins in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where everything, the sewer system's privatized, the parking authority is privatized, the electricity is privatized, and of course they've jacked up the rates. And the services are not very good. And they want to privatize the post office so we can have a dysfunctional post office like the UK, which is privatized. And so that's what oligarchs want. And the oligarchs have won. They won. And but that's what this battle was about in terms of if we strip away its the kind of trivia or the cultural differences between the two parties. That at its core was what it's about. And so we have, as you point out, we have now an oligarchic system. But as Aristotle wrote, Once you create an oligarchic system with those kinds of inequities, then your only two choices are tyranny or revolution.
But the point I'm trying to make is if these are two wings of the same bird, then yes, it does ebb and flow back and forth. But just like the main corruption, the ebb and flows back and forth as well. I mean, it was mostly with the Republicans during the Bush administration, and it flowed to the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? It was like Bush Senior and Junior. You know, the Bush Junior led the Iraq War. You know. And then, Clinton came in. I mean, Obama came in rather, and continued the agenda. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
okay. Yeah, no, all that makes sense. So basically, we have to deal with us here down on the ground floor and the way that people are reacting, and people's points are not invalid. Like I believe that they are valid. When I look at that ad,
I haven't seen the valid point yet.
okay, so I'll explain just a little bit. So the genes thing, and Sydney has good genes, right? Is obviously to play on genetics, whatever. And so we spent hundreds of years being told that blonde hair, blue eyes was the beauty standard. Like it took a long time to get anybody to even realize that there was other beauty that could be recognized with brown skin, brown eyes.
So I'm going to disagree with you there. It took a long time for maybe Hollywood or advertisement to recognize that sort of beauty, but people always recognized it.
Right, but it was the only beauty though. It was the beauty standard. It's the beauty that everyone had to live up to.
Of Hollywood.
Well, come on, that's propaganda. That's who creates the propaganda. And so children.
Okay, again, what I'm saying is that was never the beauty standard of the world. That just happened, over the last sort of 100 years or so.
100 years or so. That's what I'm talking about. This timeline, like this, when I was a child, and my mom was.
But what I mean is that people have always recognized beauty of all different kinds of shapes and sizes and colors, but the advertisers didn't. The advertisers pushed a certain agenda. When you said that this was the standard of beauty, it was not for everyone. And that's why, let me finish my sentence, and that's why eventually it changed, because different people have different standards of beauty.
I mean, okay. And I mean, there's
white
like all that how to be black shit was for a reason. It was because
so white folks were running the show. They ran the studios, they ran the companies and all that stuff. So their standard of beauty was white girls, obviously. That would make sense.
Well, it was also, a lot of it was insensitive, and it was on purpose. It was like seriously, like that damaged generations of black girls. Like that's the reason why there's, relaxers and hot combs and blonde dye and all this stuff. Yeah,
I disagree.
It's psychologically proven. I mean, I don't know what.
Well, I don't care. It's not. You can't prove something.
And you're also not a female, so you don't know. Like you don't know what the female brain had to endure.
It's not enduring anything to.
Well, it is. It is when you don't feel beautiful because you could never live up to the standard that's put in front of you on everything, on your cereal boxes, on your television, in your commercials, on the movies, everything, and you'll never look like that. It's almost like the white Jesus. Like it's like. They put the ultimate icon in a color and an image that doesn't look at all like you. That's a psychological
like saying women are defective.
Well, not defective, damaged.
What do you mean damaged? No, it's like saying that they're
look at
automatically
Ozempic.
defective.
Look at Ozempic. Everybody killing themselves to be thin because that's the standard right now.
Again, look, it's not the standard.
BBLs,
again,
like
it is okay. How do I articulate this better than I have been?
I don't know.
It is the standard for superficial people who look to Hollywood for their standards. It is not the standard for everyone.
I would agree with you there.
But you keep saying it's like, but so I mean, like, who are all these people that are traumatized? You don't got to go see the movie.
I'm talking about the latchkey generation. I'm talking about the people that couldn't monitor everything their children see on TV. They spent more time at school and with the TV than they did with their parents, and they were being told every single day that was the standard of beauty, and it was a standard they could never live up to. It's just oh my God, let's knock it off. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't see that. That seems like
I'm teaching you something then. That's great.
That's like saying that's like men feeling bad about themselves because we don't all play football or we don't all look like fucking
Yeah, but
Hercules.
that wasn't the
We
okay.
don't feel bad about ourselves because somebody else is
Right, but
good.
that's not something that you every single day get up and get dressed to
You
be.
don't feel bad
Girls
about
are
yourself
different.
because
I
somebody
gotta
else.
let this cat out 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
They're gonna fight if you don't.
No, I mean, I'm
But
just trying to figure out how you feel bad because somebody else is pretty.
I don't now, but when I was a kid, I did, and it wasn't about pretty. It was
But
about
that's like that's
what
what I'm
people
saying. It's like
considered
women
pretty.
aren't defective.
She's
Okay, she's
not.
pretty, but you're pretty too. It's
She's
like
all right. Right, but as a child, you don't get that. Like it's not that's not how children's brains are built. Like children just want to fit in. So if
okay.
they look at some that's why all these children are trans and all this shit right now because somebody told them that that was the thing to be. Like that's what they're being shown. It's a protected group. They want to be protected too. So with that, it's the same exact thing. Children
Most kids
are
don't
impressionable.
want that.
Don't
We're
want
only
what?
talking don't want to be trans. This is like
Okay,
we're
but
talking.
I'm talking about statistically, the percentage has risen so high
I understand. So we're talking about the
for it.
weak-minded, defective ones.
I'm talking about children. You can't
I
say that they're
know.
weak-minded and defective. They're
Okay,
children.
we were talking about women.
Okay, I was talking about children and
I
growing into
know you
women.
switched the
Yes, it's risen.
conversation because you're trying
Well,
to,
no, because I'm trying to
tap
explain that
dance on
children
my
grow into
emotions,
women. No,
but
children grow into
but a
women.
case could be made for that too, for extending what I just said to children, because the children that have good role models, most children are not doing that.
That's what I was going to say. Of course, it starts in the home, but I'm talking about a generation that where mothers were empowered to go to work, and there were, kids were really left to their own devices, and their own devices were showing them something that they could
So,
never live up to. That's my whole
listen,
point. So that's
I take issue with the fact that the idea that um, one race of people showing their beauty standard is offensive to other people or somehow demeans them. I just don't.
if she was just doing the ad and it was just, her and
Okay,
it was
when
a
I
different
I'm
content.
just talking. I'm still talking. I'm not even talking about the ad. It does apply, but I'm talking about
Why wouldn't?
what you're saying, talking about the standard of beauty. I'm
Let me
like,
see if I can find
how
this.
do you? I don't understand how it hurts people to see other pretty people. Like, I don't get it.
Oh, that's not what it's about. It's not about pretty. It's about one group of people or a few groups of people being told, especially black people. I'll just leave it with black people, is
Okay,
I'll be being told
when
that
you
they were
say
ugly
being
their
okay,
whole lives, and the only thing that
so
they are
when you
shown
say
as
being
beautiful,
told,
being
how do
told
you
through
mean
every
being?
single thing. What do you
Okay, let
mean through
me finish my
propaganda?
sentence.
Oh, sorry.
What do you mean when you say being told? I
Okay,
understand that they're presented with one standard of beauty,
right.
but that's different than being told that they are not and they're never going to be.
Okay, so do you
When were
want
they told that?
throughout history and with all kinds of racist propaganda, I mean, and taunts and teases from children, but like the blacker you were, the uglier you were. That was transcended from Jim Crow. Like that's just what it actually was. Like
Okay,
black
so
nappy,
yeah,
this and that,
listen,
blah blah
I
blah.
understand,
Completely opposite of the white skin, long hair, blonde, beauty that they considered
yeah,
American.
I understand that what you're saying, but I don't agree that lighter skinned people were trying to be white.
What do you mean?
Well,
Like
the
black?
argument is like, I mean, there are the racial disparities or issues within the black community, between light
Right?
skinned and dark skinned
I
black
mean
people.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is there, but it's not because light skinned people want to be white or think they're whiter.
Well, no, I'm not. That's not necessarily what I'm saying, but it does like lend itself to that idea that if like the paper bag test, like you know about that, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like white
Yes,
was right.
Obama, for those for those watching, Obama would be brown paper bag. And what's your take on the paper bag thing?
I'm just saying that light was right and dark was out. Like that's just how it's been. Let me show you something. Maybe this will add some context to you. It's for you. It's just an ad that somebody put together. It's just an image, but
I just
as
don't
I
see it. I just generally don't see a
So do you
problem.
see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was just trying to invoke a little empathy from the other side because this is how it was with my childhood. It took my mother. My mother, we found one book that represented our family. Everything was white. Everything was blonde. Everything was blue-eyed. Everything was, and that is what I'm talking about. That's like so this ad to some people, it seems to be. What did you think of that?
That
Do you
reminds me of a study that I saw. Oh my goodness, what was this? Um,
know?
Man, it reminds me of, and it had little kids, and it had, um, okay, so I'm gonna get this wrong, but just I'm gonna give like the idea of what it was, even though I might get some of the details wrong. Okay, so
Mhm.
you get these kids that are, 8 and under,
Mhm.
6 to 8 years old, and they have in front of them a picture of like different color shades of people. There's no
Uh-huh.
facial
Oh,
features.
uh-huh.
There's no eyes or mouth or angry expressions or anything like that. There's just different shades, and they ask them questions about them. And they pick the darker skinned one to not be pretty and
Right, right,
to,
right.
yeah. So I do.
Yeah.
I am familiar with what you're talking about here a little bit.
Yeah, it's a definitely a thing. Like it is. And
The ugly child.
That one.
Show me the dumb child.
Dumb child.
Okay, why is she the dumb child?
Because she has black skin.
Okay. Show me the bad child. Why is he the bad child?
Because he's really dark.
Show me the dumb child. Why is she the dumb child?
Because she looks black.
Show me the good child. Why is she the good child?
Because she looks whiter.
so
But
anyway,
again,
so
but
back to the ad
again,
though.
but again, I don't blame the advertisers for that necessarily. I blame, again, okay, why would your mom take you to the store looking for black babies when she knew there wasn't none? Why
She
would she?
wouldn't take me
Why
to the
would she
store, and she didn't. I didn't.
Why would
My
she
mom didn't
traumatize you
allow me
like that?
dolls. Thank God. Thank
Like,
God.
you know what I'm saying? But
I never had
why would you
dolls.
traumatize your kid like
She
that?
wasn't. Did you hear what I said? She said
I know,
she
not
couldn't find
not not
one
you.
book.
Okay, but
Oh,
not
oh,
you
them. Okay.
specifically, right?
Because the girl wants a doll too. Her daughter wants a doll too. She sees the ads on TV and stuff like that. And it's like you want to do things that make your child happy. I understand what you're saying,
So if
but
the
we
if the
can't
kid saw a doll on TV that she what wanted, then she saw a white doll on TV. Then what's the problem in going down to the store and getting a white doll?
because you also want to instill in your daughter that white is not the only thing that exists and that's right. Like people like black people too. So that's one thing. So
I mean, I
back to
hear you, but I'm
that.
just not. I'm just not 100% sold on it. Being,
I
I
mean,
think I think that the reason that there's diversity now is because people always saw these different things, but we weren't always in positions to express them.
you don't think there was a big fight
Like if
like
black folks had
like
started
a civil
Hollywood,
right? Huh?
yeah, I think civil rights is like a communist
Well,
operation.
okay, that's fine. But when I shouldn't have used that as an example because I know how you feel about that. But
Yeah.
more so,
So,
people really fought to be included. Like there's a lot of great teachers and leaders and people, especially educators, that really put forth the effort to
right. To
invoke
let
to
themselves be
inclusiveness.
yes, I know.
Yeah, for
And
actual
not all of it
inclusiveness.
worked, Not all of it
It took
worked.
a long time.
It's like a
So do you
controversy with
understand?
like
Okay, so you
Disney
you
and
you
how
recognize.
they had every princess and then they didn't do a black princess. Like,
Right.
yeah,
And when they did, it was,
the
I don't
frog
know,
one, right?
kiss the frog. Yeah. So you recognize that that was something, it was a propaganda party
Was
for those
is. Yeah.
right. So then let me backtrack to the ad. So the ad, the way that people are looking at this is like it's sending us backwards because they're saying that the good genes are, the blonde hair, blue eyed genes. Not only that,
I'm
I
looking
find
at
it hilarious that she spins out in a Mustang because oh God, if you saw my next door over here, next door the app, all they do is complain about the sideshows and sideshows and the sideshows and spinning out like that. Like white people, in my experience, have a very big problem with that. So it's funny to see her do that. But also, isn't that the same car? Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. I was like General Lee, but it wasn't. That was a Charger, right? Or a Challenger. Generally, and yeah.
You just jumped over like five different things.
You're just slow,
I
bro.
gotta take notes and fucking hang out with you and shit. But
You would lose your mind with me and my daughter. Walk so fast back and forth, spinning, spinning.
yeah, you just skimmed over a whole lot. White people can't have good genes. I don't get it.
It's not that they can't have good genes.
I
It's
more
we're
look at the
having these
people
good genes
complaining
in a
about it
country
like, why
that
don't
has
you
a
guys find something to
notoriously.
do?
Would you say?
I said, I more look at the people complaining about it like, why don't you guys find something to
Oh,
do?
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Because especially like you guys don't get to complain right now because of all the things you did before. Like we literally lost Dr.
Uh,
Seuss. Like that's ridiculous. Like
we
we
lost
can.
Dr. Seuss.
Yes, you don't remember Dr. Seuss was racist and he had to
Oh
go.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And Aunt Jemima and all kind of street signs.
Land
And that shit
Lakes.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Statues tumbling all over the damn place. It's like that. So now you don't get to
So
complain. Sorry.
yeah, so as far as I could tell, them crazy people are still trying to overreact to stupid shit.
Well, that's the thing is it might not be an overreaction, but they don't have any credence. Like we can't believe you anymore. You're an unsatisfied. You're
Oh,
not
it's kind
you're
of like
not
nigger
ready.
fatigue.
It's kind of like crying wolf. It's kind of like crying wolf. It's like now you want to call 911. You done got rid of all the police. There's no police gonna come because you got
But
rid
it's
of
kind of like
911
that, huh? It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like you just called wolf too many times.
too
That's what
many
you're
times.
saying.
And so now, yeah,
You're saying
exactly.
you might have a point. Okay, I get what
That
you're saying.
yeah, but you can't.
Like
You
you
don't get
might
to
have a
have a point
point,
in
but
case
can
you mess
nobody
up.
hear it over all the
Mhm.
noise that you've been making?
And do you know there's liberal fatigue now?
Hmm.
There's liberal fatigue, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, what did you think was going to happen? What did you
Yeah.
think was going to happen? You are an unreliable witness to anything at this point because you said girls can be boys. You said that this, that. You got my daughter feeling unsafe at school. I'm good. So,
I think in some ways things naturally evolve and gravitate towards what's better. I think that's yeah, in some
are you
ways. I
saying
didn't say
that?
in every way.
Okay.
So no, and the the tendency for humanity is to move to what's better for humanity. That's what I think.
For humanity, you
Generally
think? I hope
speaking.
so because right now,
Generally speaking, right? And so that's how I look at the emergence of multicolored faces in the music business, the entertainment industry, ads, and things like that. For a while, the people who started it, they went with what they knew. But as time went on, I'm telling you how I see it, right? As time
I
went on,
understand. I was going
more
to,
people got louder voices and they were able to express beauty in lots of different kinds of ways. There's still that, I mean, it's still founded on what it's founded on. That's true.
yeah, I mean,
And for it to be any different, you'd have to find something different. But for now, I think that a lot of, a lot of beautiful, colorful people have, been, I mean, it is
signed
what
to
it is.
slave contracts and lost all their
Well,
masters.
I mean, like, I'm only
But
talking about
no,
one subject at a time.
I know, I know. What I was going to say is that, I mean, and this is not even an argument, but a lot of the white stars that they were bringing into the forefront were taking music from black artists. So it's not like they didn't know they existed. Like they were stealing, they were going to the chain gangs and listening to them sing and then going and recording music. So
Well, this is actually
that's
something
the
that
history of this country, and that's why people have a problem. And a lot of those white liberals are just now learning this history, so they're all like, oh my God, America's so racist." It's like we've been telling you this, singing about it, writing about it for centuries. So, like, calm down, relax yourself. We got this, like, and they didn't have to pump up the ad as much as they did because now it's at freaking
I
everywhere. It's
mean,
like
but yeah, well, I think that the liberal outrage is what made the ad blow up.
exactly, and that could have been on purpose. And if it was, that's marketing genius.
What do you mean? What could have been on
Like
purpose?
if they did it on purpose to make the
They knew the
outrage.
liberals were going to hate
Mhm.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
perfect.
there's some people that are like that. Probably,
Hmm.
advertising savants that could predict that kind of thing. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
been
of
able to
course.
predict it.
Oh yeah, they like the coolest monkey in the jungle. Remember that T-shirt that they had that the little
Mhm.
black kid? Yeah, I was like, that was on purpose. There's no way that went through every single approval and put it out. They that it was on purpose, and people went crazy. And
I don't know. Again,
H&M.
listen, I don't know that was on purpose. That again, I don't know because white people call their kids monkeys.
But it was a black kid. Black kids don't.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So why
But
would
I'm
they be
saying
like?
the executive, it had to go through approvals to get signed off on. It did
I
not go
know.
through all those approvals and not get flagged.
Yeah, I don't
There's no
know.
way.
Sometimes I'm naive and I give people the benefit of the doubt. I just don't always assume evil and malevolence. Sometimes especially when it could be incompetence. I just
Oh, I
don't.
don't think it's evil. I think it's marketing. Like,
Yeah,
if that is inherently evil, which I tend to think, yes, it is, because it's
I could
tricking
be
people into
naive, I
doing something that they
suppose.
wouldn't do.
You know,
I
I
wanted
could
to show
maybe
you
use a
one
little
more
more
thing.
cynicism in my life.
I guess you could use some more cynicism, you said?
I said
You don't
maybe.
believe, oh, no, you don't be believing nothing.
Mm, I
You're
don't.
like, yeah, I don't know, of my pay grade. So I wanted to, it's still about the ad, but I wanted to jump to something that I also feel like in this time, it's a little bit, it's in bad taste. Okay, so do you know that that ad is not original? Like, well, I mean, it's arguably not original. Original. That is a word. Um, and so what I'm referring to actually is Brooke Shields' ad. And this is when she was 15, and there was a lot of freaking, it's just um she posed nude with Hugh Hefner when she was like 10, like it was a bad time for the fashion
Yeah, I know.
industry.
Remember that movie Pretty Baby that she was in?
Exactly, like that. It
Yeah.
was just bad. So let me show you this.
What's his
The
name? Did
secret
one
of
of those
life
movies
lies
too.
hidden in the genetic code.
I'm sorry, say it again.
What's his name? Michael Caine, I think, did one of those movies.
Oh, what?
Where he
Beauty?
was like he was sleeping with like a 17-year-old or something.
Was it American Beauty? Is that what you're talking about?
No, no, no. This is
No.
old. This is
Oh,
like in
old,
the
yeah.
70s.
I mean, this was
They
like,
were pushing that envelope in the 70s. Well, they've always been
right.
pushing
And
the envelope.
they were trying to do a Playboy magazine for kids, like for Brooke Shields. That was the first ad they were going to put out, was the one when she was in the bathtub with Hugh Hefner, topless. So anyway, this is Brooke Shields' ad from the 80s. And this is why I say it's not even original.
The
But
secret of life lies hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. Occasionally, certain conditions produce a structural change in the gene, which will bring about the process of evolution. This may occur in one or more of the following ways. Firstly, by selective mating, in which a single gene type proves superior in transmitting its genes to future generations. Secondly, by gene drift, in which certain genes may fade away while other genes persist. And finally, by natural selection, which filters out those genes better equipped than others to endure in the environment. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
That was a fucking badass ad though. That shit was dope as that was dope. That was good. That was a good
I mean,
ad. That was
yeah, it's a good
good.
ad. But do
That
you
was
get, I
good.
mean, you
That
see
was
where how
good.
the, but you see how it's not like they're just
Jeans and
reinventing.
jeans to play on jeans and jeans. That what we're talking
Well,
about.
that and the putting them on and fitting into
She
them and
didn't
blah
put
blah
them
blah.
on. Sydney didn't put them on.
Yes, she did.
No,
Yes,
she
she did.
didn't.
She's laying there. It starts with her laying down, zipping the jeans. What are you talking about?
The
Dad?
Sydney Sweeney one?
Yeah, the one we just watched.
I thought she was working on a car.
No, that was the second one. Like that was when
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's that.
Oh yeah, nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the
Um,
sun. Not even
yeah,
original, y'all. We should talk about the exploitation of young girls. We should take this as a moment for that instead of the whole fascist USA thing because it's
I
tired.
wouldn't call Sydney Sweeney a young girl.
No, I wouldn't, but I'm saying the ad is so reminiscent that we should take a moment to remember that one and say, hey,
Brooke Shields was
not go
older in
down.
that ad too. Brooke Shields was
She wasn't just 15.
she's 15 in that ad. You're certain?
I'm positive.
Wow. I feel
Yeah.
like
A
a
grimy old man. He gets your mind out the gutter with that little baby.
He's 15 in the ad.
Yes. I have a whole montage of Brooke Shields. It's really
You're
cringe.
sure that ad she's
I'm
15?
positive. She might have been
Wow.
14, but I think she was 15.
No, no way.
Yes,
No.
you can look it up if you want to.
Wow.
Hmm.
I mean, I know she did ads when she was that age, but that
Hmm.
particular ad?
Hmm.
Wow.
You thought she was over 21, over 18?
Yeah, I did.
Wowzer, Bowser.
All right.
Well, I hope you're wearing your lawsuit today.
I know, right? My eyes, my eyes.
And the other day, I commented on an X post and instantly got a strike. I never got a strike before. Like, I'll get like, I mean, I've gotten like on my credit report, it'll show up like you said something that might be controversial or whatever. But like,
Your credit reporter says that?
yeah, on Experian. Yeah. It's
Really?
like, yeah, it's reputation monitor or whatever.
What?
Social credit score. Yeah, crazy. But they gave me a strike instantly. And I was like, are you guys kidding? Like it was so fast, and it was like over like this a white person saying that to Elon's robot post, and she was saying why are we replacing white American girls instead of illegals in the field? And I just commented and I said I hope a robot eats you, and then they just just gave me a strike instantly, and I was like that's weird because I've been called all kind of stuff, like, and never has anybody ever gotten a strike or anything. It just is the way we talk, I guess, on X. And I was like,
Well, I
this is
think,
obviously a joke. Robots don't eat, and they definitely don't eat people. Like, this is a joke. And they reinstated it right away. But, like, it was just weird that it was so instant.
yeah, I think that the AI was probably triggered with the sequence of the words. That's how it works.
Eat robot? Oh, eats
I
you?
hope
Well,
eats
I
you,
hope.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, she won't be getting eaten by a robot anytime soon.
I think that's all it is.
I think that's all it is
You
too.
know?
I mean, I didn't know how to feel about it in the beginning. I was like, I thought it was going to be just this little tiny viral thing, and next thing I know, weeks later, I'm still seeing big old butts.
I just remember seeing that, and it was like it was like a side angle of you on a stage, and then
With
it
the
was,
leopard pants.
yeah. Now that'll probably
That
do
was
it
like
too.
an optical illusion. I don't think my butt's really that big. I think it was the leopard.
I mean, maybe the leopard had a big butt.
Oh my god. That is
Wow.
that was a good day.
My
Also, this is a
God.
widescreen. Let's be honest.
I mean, look, I'm just saying.
Y'all doing me dirty.
This is 16:9, baby. I think whatever that is, that thing is. You got that silver screen
I
rear.
know.
Dang, that thing is.
That's it's out there.
Yeah, that cheetah must have been strong. Huh?
What's